Hey Peepsy Doodles! I feel like this is the first video I've done in a really long time where I've actually done a video and then uploaded it as opposed to being live. I feel like it's so weird to not have people to talk to. Anyway, so I have some changes that have taken place down here in my library, and I kind of wanted to explain some of them a little bit and then show you and give you a little new space tour. So as per the title of this video, I have gotten rid of my large working altar. As lately I've had some shifts that have taken place in all different aspects of my life, but one of them being my spirituality. And things that I have needed or felt like I needed in the past, I am finally allowing myself to realize that I don't need them. Just because other people have them, or books say you need them, or, I feel for some reason that I need them, I'm finally realizing that there's a ton of shit that I have just because I feel like I have to have and I don't actually use them. So one of those was a large working space altar. In the terms of, I guess I'll explain in a minute. So what I did is I got rid of that large altar that was down here. I didn't like it. It didn't feel very good. I didn't like coming down here. I didn't utilize any of the stuff that was in here. If I did any kind of spiritual workings or magical workings, they were normally upstairs with my daughter, or they were outside. I have some awesome spaces outside. And one of the things that I have come to realize about myself is that I am an ever-changing person. And while I know that, and you know that, it's kind of hard to admit that to yourself, because you're like, no, I need a concrete place. I need a specific spot to do things. That's what I'm supposed to have. I'm supposed to have a witchy room where I come to do my workings. But if you come here and it doesn't have the feeling behind it, then this room just sits here with all of these magical goodies in here, and it just sits here kind of vacant. And so I allowed myself to begin to make the changes that I need to make. And one of those is to have, which I already have some, but to have more small devotional altars throughout the house. I have some in my bedroom. I have one down here now as opposed to that big working space. And, just to kind of have, hey, cut it out. Patches is over by the valerian. Stop it. To have, one in the kitchen, and to allow myself to not have to be grounded to one area. And so I got rid of that. It is no longer in here, and it was replaced by something that I actually needed. So I got rid of the things that I thought I had to have and replaced it with something that I actually did need, and that being a clay station. Coined that term. Well, at least I think I did. I haven't heard it before. But my clay station is an area where I'm able to do my clay working and my crafts. And that was more out of a necessity, out of a upstairs. I loved the lighting upstairs, and I had a really hard time bringing it all down here because the lighting in here really sucks. But lighting is something that I can fix. And I had all of these little containers of things that I had to constantly put away and then bring back out. So I had 2 different sets that had tools. I'm getting another set of tools for Christmas. I had my clay in a separate pouch. Everything used to be in one, and as it's grown, I had a bag that had all my dragon egg cores in. I had my pasta machine, which I used to roll out the clay, and so it ended up being a 30-minute process just to get all of my stuff out to the kitchen table and set it all up the way I needed it. And then, you know, as you get stuff out to eat, you kind of have to move stuff. If you're in the middle of a project, you have to be really, it was just a pain in my ass. So I told Kevin, I was like, I really want a dedicated spot. Look at me. Like I said earlier, I have a really hard time with dedicated spots, which I do. But I more needed a spot to be able to house everything so that I could come here, plop down, and everything was ready to go. You know, it's still where if I want to, I have all of my stuff to where if I want to move it upstairs, you know, I can bring the stuff up I need to move, but I needed to have a spot for all of my things. So I have maneuvered my witchy room around, which I have been calling my library more and more, because I'm getting more into having my whole house be my witchy room as opposed to having a dedicated space that I don't use. So, having said that, I'm now going to give you guys a tour of my new space. Maybe. How do I flip you around? I can't flip you around because you're not live. So, okay, let's try this. We're going to do this. So, this was where my tarot cards were, and so I moved my tarot cards. I put them back on the shelf. I have my essential oil diffuser to be able to put on when I'm down here. Gosh, I have my Tree of Life candle that I absolutely love, my giant quartz that I love, and then this was just, it's my little cauldron that I use for burning loose incense, and I really, really like the feel of that, so that stayed out. But yeah, so my tarot cards kind of went away. So this is the major change is here. This is my new clay station, and this is where the altar originally was. So I have my charms, my blades, my chalk pastels. This right here was a really cool Pinterest hack where you screwed the lids of mason jars underneath your counter, or underneath a cabinet, so it kind of frees up some counter space and gives you some extra storage. All of my, I know, I'm sorry, this video is kind of poop. All of my clay is down in here. So, and then I'm working on lighting because right now I just have this lamp and it really sucks. But yeah, so then up here is all of the things that were on my altar that I still wanted to have out, because when I do my clay work, it really is a form of active meditation, and so I really wanted to still maintain, you know, the feeling of the altar, but just get rid of the actual physical working space. So I still have my fox and my Mother Earth and my owl. I still have a lot of the crystals that I wanted up there, my representation of salt, or earth and fire, well, earth, fire, water, air. I still have my smudge stick. You know, I still have everything there that I wanted to have there. I just got rid of the physical space. Isis is now over here. My Kuan Yin or Buddha, however it is, everybody argues in the comments, is over here. And then I have a solar plexus chakra candle here. But yeah, so I mean, it really, I got a space heater for down here because it is quite chilly. And that was another reason I didn't come down here a ton, is because in the summer, yeah, being chilly having it cooler is great. But in the winter, when it's already chilly, I had a hard time coming down here. So now I have a really nice space here. It was only $20. So that kind of takes the chill out of the air. And so I feel a lot better. You know, I came down here last night. I did some clay work down here, and I had a lot of fun doing it. You know, it really helped to shape the space. So now, this was my old altar, and it's out here where my desk was. We kind of straightened things up a bit. So yeah, that's where it is, and that's where my altar went. My BB's up, so I have to go get her, but I just wanted to kind of check in with you guys and show you some of the things I've been working on. There was some of you that were on my live Facebook video a couple days ago where I was trying really hard to figure out what I wanted to do with my clay station because I wanted it up here for certain reasons, and I felt like if it was downstairs I wouldn't use it, but I am making myself utilize that amazing space, and I feel like all I need to do is turn it into a space that has things that I want to use. So anyway, I hope that you guys have an awesome day. Thank you for hanging out with me for these 10 minutes, and I will see you all later. Bye.